It's 2013. Remember those early days of Bitcoin when people were like, Bitcoin? Is that like a coupon for bitter honey? Well, James Howells, an IT guy from Wales, was mining this digital coupon like it was going out of style. He managed to mine 8,000 Bitcoins. Not bad, right? Except he stored them on a hard drive, and guess what? He accidentally threw it away. Talk about a digital dumpster fire. Now, most people would just cry into their coffee and move on, but not our man, James. He knew the value of those Bitcoins. At the time, it was around $8 million, a decent chunk of change, enough to buy a small island or a fleet of really fancy cars. But over the next few years, the value of Bitcoin went on a roller coaster ride, and guess what? It was going only up, fast. By 2025, those 8,000 Bitcoins were worth a staggering $742 million. That's not island money anymore, that's buy your own country money, and it was all sitting in a landfill somewhere in Newport, South Wales, under thousands upon thousands of tons of garbage. So what do you do when you realize you've accidentally thrown away almost $1 billion? If you're James Howells, you become the most determined treasure hunter in the world. His treasure map, not so much a map as it was the vague memory of where in the landfill he thought the hard drive might be. He spent years trying to convince the Newport City Council to let him dig for it. He even brought in environmental experts and engineers. His plan? To use robots and AI-powered sorting systems to sift through the trash and find that one glorious hard drive. He promised the city a cut of the treasure. He argued it would create jobs. He even offered to name a local park after the mayor, but the council was not having it. They were worried about the environmental impact, the health hazards, and probably a little bit about the crazy look in James's eyes by this point. But James wasn't giving up that easily. He's a tech guy, not a lawyer. But he took his case to court. He argued that the city was basically sitting on his fortune. He said it was like finding a winning lottery ticket in the trash. But the judge, maybe after Googling how much is 8,000 Bitcoin worth, wasn't convinced. The judge said there was no realistic prospect of finding the hard drive. Plus, there was the whole statute of limitations thing. Apparently, you can't wait over a decade to sue someone for throwing away your almost billion-dollar hard drive. Who knew? And even if he did find the hard drive after over a decade in a landfill, who knows what condition it would be in? Would it even work? Would the data still be there? It was starting to feel like the universe itself was conspiring to keep James away from his Bitcoin fortune. So after 12 years, countless meetings, court hearings, and probably a whole lot of therapy, James Howells had to admit defeat. The Bitcoin mountain had won. The trash heap had swallowed his fortune whole. He was left with nothing but the memory of what could have been and a lifetime supply of what-if scenarios. The story of James Howells is a cautionary tale about backing up your data, but it's also a hilarious reminder that sometimes life can be more ridiculous than any stand-up routine. You could be sitting on a gold mine, or in this case, a Bitcoin mine, and still end up empty-handed. As for James, well, he's probably still checking the price of Bitcoin every day, just in case, just in case a miracle happens and a perfectly preserved hard drive magically emerges from the landfill. Hey, stranger things have happened, right?